Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 VC review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Pulseman on the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis, depending on where you live. If you've never played the game before, it's basically a platformer. At the start you have start and options. Options is basic, it allows you to change controls though, so that's good enough for me. The whole point is though, being a platformer, you basically have to go left to right and just like jump on certain platforms and stuff and get to the end. Every now and then you'll fight a boss, and every now and then you'll also get a bonus stage, of which I will show, but it's a bit naff. It's just simply like, well, you basically play Arkanoid. In case you don't know what Arkanoid is, block breaker, bat and ball games, whatever you call them, whichever one you're familiar with, it's basically, well, to be fair, I might as well leave it until you see it, because if you're not going to know by the names, then you're probably best off waiting to see it anyway. You've got a few different powers that you expose, although you've got basically this electric punch type thing, which when you run, you charge up what I suppose is a static electricity, and it allows you to actually use it as a fireball instead, so that's really useful. You've also got this, which only really works when it's charged up, because you can just do that in midair, that little electric thing, but it doesn't do much. But when it's charged up, then it allows you to bounce between platforms and just helps you to get to tight areas and just things like that. That orange dot, in case you noticed, is pick it up. Basically, when you get 10 of them, it gives you an extra try. Top left corner is your health. Yellow is mediocre, it means I've been hit. Red is in danger, and blue is really good. I always figured it would be green, but it's blue on this. Basically though, as I say, go left to right, you defeat the odd enemy that's in the way, then when you get the boss, it's a simple case of finding out how to beat it. So, might as well cut one of the bosses now, because pretty much the biggest problem with this game is there's not exactly that many enemies going around, it's just going left to right for the most part, and it can get a bit boring. So, this is basically the first boss, and the whole point is you have to hit the hand. And to be fair, it is actually quite hard until you figure out the dead easy way to beat him, which is simply, if you hold the up button before you jump, then you'll actually do an upwards kick type thing, which, seeing as he mainly attacks from above, then just sit underneath them and kick. And it's like the hard boss then basically becomes dead easy. But there's pretty much nothing really else left to say about this. There aren't really any major power-ups or anything. I mean, there's the ability to get that supercharged with electricity, so you can just like go mental with your electric powers instead of having to constantly charge them up, and you can get health, and that's pretty much any collectibles on the game other than them dots that give you extra tries and one-ups. So it's pretty much tried and tested formula really. The only thing is, as I say, it can get a bit boring in places when there's no enemies, or even when there are enemies, that attack where you are basically running around with the sphere of electricity and everything pretty much smashes through everything, so you can just, well, get your jumps timed right really, and you'll just smash through things. Sound-wise, it does actually sound really good, so we'll shut up for a bit. And graphics-wise, some of it, well, to be fair, all of it is really good looking. Some of the visual style is really good though, and some of the visual style is like this, which is actually really paining in the eyes. So there we go, that was a bit of the music, and to be fair, I'm pretty much going to be shutting up again right away anyway, because the game is a Hanabi game, so it was like in Japan, and the story is in Japanese and in English. It's odd, because the voice acting's in English, and the Japanese, like the text is in Japanese, so I'll shut up here so you can kinda hear it. I say kinda simply because it's very distorted.
Due to the efforts of Pulseman, the case was completely solved.
So there we go, that was some very fuzzy voice acting. But then again, it was a Mega Drive, what the hell do you expect? And to be fair, this is also the bonus stage coming up, so I might as well just not cut anything because it'll load in due time. But, as I say, it is basically a bat and ball game, so the whole point is just smash all the blocks, really. The only difference is, while you can actually land on the paddle and stuff, then hitting the floor doesn't actually kill you, so it's obviously a lot easier than a bat and ball game, because the whole point of this is to just break all the blocks in the time limit. You do get some rewards, like those, I can't remember what they're called, but basically the orange spheres, which give you extra tries and that. And that's also, in case you're wondering how I've got all this, that's the power-up I was on about that basically gets you fully charged and stuff. So, pretty much nothing left to say really, other than that there's 8 worlds overall, but the worlds are more like levels. It's not exactly the longest game, but to be fair, it does still take a while. I suppose it's kind of similar to Dynamite Heady in length, but it is a fun game, but it has got its flaws. As I say, it can be a bit boring in places, and some of the visuals can just really hurt. But other than that, it is still a pretty fun game. I just don't know whether or not it's worth 900 points. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.